the Board of Education and the Monrovia, City Council. The meeting will be in order by yours truly at 5:05. I've asked our wonderful Mayor Pro Tem Gloria Cutchington to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in this salute to our flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are you going to do the invocation?
Next, we'll have a roll call coming from the school board. I can make it short and just say that Mr. Hammond and Mr. Wong is not in attendance. All others are here. The city council roll call.
And just if you would note that the entire city council is in attendance with the exception of Mr. Blackburn.
And so noted. We'll move forward to item B, public comments. The Board of Education encourages public participation and invites you to share your views on school business. Of course, the cards are out front. Do we have any public comments for items on the open session agenda?
There are none.
Thank you, Ms. Huff. Moving to item C, school and city deliberations. Number 1 in Monrovia Schools update. Monrovia Days update, forgive me. Dr. DeRoche, this is coming from you. Am I correct?
As always,
Thank you.
President Williams, you are correct. President Williams, members of the board, Mayor Adams, council members, welcome. I present to you a brief overview of Monrovia Days, and what I'd like to do is also call attention to two individuals in the audience who have done incredible work on this. Really, this is the work of Katie DeStraith and Tina Cherry, who really motoring this parade. Also, as members of the committee moving us forward has been Larry Spicer, who's been incredible and whose input is really very helpful. We've begun publicizing, of course, and Monrovia Days parade begins, or our Monrovia Days celebration. The celebration of the birthday of Monrovia will begin the evening of May 18th at Library Park with bands and there's a carnival rides beginning on that evening. We've begun promoting it through, we'll begin next week with some all-calls. We have some flyers out to our schools, and in fact, Mr. Spicer and Penny Arroyo, who is also a member of the committee, will be going to our schools and providing the students with information and opportunities to get their wristbands. This will be, oh. Yeah. Peach Jar is an online software program. We're able to put our flyers into it and parents can access the information. So it's like a portable folder. You know, we still have those green folders for those of you who've had children in our elementary schools.
So it's like the green folder, but now it's peach?
It's like, and it's virtual.
I mean, there's one other very exciting outreach marketing piece. One of our city council members had a shirt made up and was proudly displaying it while sipping wine this past Saturday evening. Mr. Spicer was a walking billboard, so we'll still have some shirts made and distributed. You look great, Larry.
Walking billboard for what?
I'd like to see him.
Oh, okay.
So where's the shirt, Larry? You got it underneath? So noted.
Again, a quick preview of events. The evening of May 18th, we have game booths and carnival rides, and of course, a lot of food. food, many of our discussions during the committees, the kind of food we're going to make, and it is as good as any carnival out there. The parade on the 19th begins with a dignitary's welcome at 9 o'clock, and the parade will begin at 10. There will be some parade competitions and categories from best musical to best float, judges awards, and uniqueness. We also previewed some bands, and there was a lot of thought put into some of the musical entertainment that we'll be having Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. So this really will be a night out in Monrovia with a lot of great music. At night and also during the day, a lot of great performances, both from Monrovia Unified School District as well as Center Stage. The team, and again, I'm going to point to the dynamic behind-the-scenes work of Katie. We'll make sure to have cooling areas and tents and misters and fans so that it is not, nobody is overheated, and making sure that there's still complete visibility to the stage. Just a preview of some of the games that we have. I'm looking forward to the Nerf shooting gallery and skee ball. We'll also have water slides and a photo booth and a dunk tank, and Ms. Huff is taking volunteers. She's already, she's happy to take down your names. Carnival rides and full access prices in pre-sale will be certainly the most cost-efficient way of enjoying all 3 days for a low price of $35. And of course, the pie eating contest. Saturday at 5 o'clock, and with the cash prize for the winning team. The pie eating contest is sponsored by Merengue this year, and they'll be making some smaller pies without crust, I believe, so that it's a little easier to consume. Those of you who ate the pies that first year and will never eat another lemon meringue pie again.
Cream cheese with the
Oh,
cream.
was it the cheesecake?
It was the cheesecake, yes. I had one of those.
Cheater cake, excuse me, cheesecake?
We'll be happy to hear that some adjustments have been made so that it's a little easier to consume.
Thanks for making that happen, Larry.
And I wanted to know if it's always been $500, but I know that you guys won the 1 year. What did you do with your $500?
Pocketed it.
Invested it right back into Monrovia.
Okay, all right.
The school district members who won the second prize after being robbed of the first donated it to the school district. But
Thank you,
I'm not
Dr.
sure
Rose.
what the city council did.
Thanks for that clarification, Dr. Terosian.
The city team is the two-time defending pie eating contest champion.
I think we should make the PTAs aware of that contest and tell them they can win $500 for their PTA if they'll just put teams up for them.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Put
We
that
will
on your
promote-
beach shirt.
All will be welcome. Applications are being accepted now. We also have on Saturday and Sunday a sidewalk sale in Old Town. So this will certainly enrich the opportunities to invest in Old Town and invest in our city. And there you have it. Monrovia Days.
Care to add, Mr. Spicer? You care to add?
I think the one thing we would point out, from last year, some of the feedback the committee spent a lot of time working through, thinking about new ideas, was the parade. We didn't have as good attendance as we were hoping for. This year, our parade will be headlined by the school board and the city council, which we think will certainly draw a lot of folks. But in addition, to supplement and add more to the parade, we actually will have the LA Rams cheerleaders will be in attendance at our parade this year.
No competition.
Did you say Rams?
We're hoping to have the USC band in attendance at our parade. In addition, we've got
Cowboys.
the high school prom king and queen will also be part of the parade this year. We're going to have some stilt walkers, some jugglers, some unicyclists. Should be a terrific event to help kick off the what's been a terrific partnership between the city and the school district in celebrating the city's birthday.
And how's the budget looking?
Budget's looking awesome. We will be making more money than we have budgeted. We'll come in the black.
Buffy,
Anticipation.
budget's okay?
And then you can only hope for good weather, it'll either be burning hot or.
The budget okay, Connie?
I think so. I think it's gonna be okay. I think the weather's gonna be good.
Yeah. Listen, our CBO say it's okay, it's okay. Any other comments regarding this matter?
Couple of questions. Would it be possible maybe to give the local merchants and restaurants an opportunity to display, we're offering 10%, 15%, some kind of discount in a prominent place where people could look and say, oh, I can go to Senate and get a 10% discount, or whatever they want to do?
Being like on Sun's window?
No, I mean like on a board at the park. These Monrovia merchants are giving discount. These Monrovia restaurants are giving discount. And
So kind of a discount information center,
yeah.
a
So
place
that-
in the park? that
And it
would-
give the local businesses a place to advertise a little bit out there where everybody's at.
At our next MOTAB meeting, we'll pass that on to the merchants.
Good.
And we have an
Thank you, Larry.
information booth, correct?
We do. There will be some food at the event this year. There's going to be some drinks and carnival food, hot dog on a stick, just snacks within the fair itself. But we are encouraging folks, if you're looking for the full meal experience, to head on down to Old Town. And
Good.
like Councilmember Spicer mentioned, we'll make sure we pass the word along to MOTAB and get that display booth set up.
Well, we don't want to make anyone feel like we're undercutting their sales, but I think it's a good
Right.
opportunity for the businesses to.
Good.
Since the one night is on Friday night, are any of the food vendors from the street fair going to be involved?
We're coordinating the overall event that Friday with the street fair itself to make sure there aren't conflicts. So the short answer is no. We're planning on trying to keep it all separated.
The other question I had is the entertainment agenda set already, or is there a possibility to add some? Here's what I would like to see, Dr. Therosian.
I can't
would
wait
like-
to see you dance, Mr. Gilliland.
I wanna see the elementary dual immersion programs dance and sing. I would love to see the Mandarin program participants singing, dressed up. I would love to see the Spanish dual immersion kids up there singing and dancing and whatever. I think those are two great programs, and it's so neat to see those kids doing so well in their languages. So if it's not too late, and we can get that coordinated with the schools, I think that would be great.
We'll work through them. We do have quite a few of our schools performing. Wild Rose will actually also be doing a drama program.
Great.
But we'll make sure to see if we can have something specific to both Plymouth and Monroe.
Chair, I just, full disclosure, I can't be there. I'm not going to be there for any of the Monrovia Days events this year. Not Friday night, the whole thing. I'm gonna miss
Not
whole
even the
thing.
pie eating
Yeah,
contest?
where are you going, Becky?
I'm going on a trip with my mom and my
Okay.
daughter.
Where
You're
at?
excused.
You guys go ahead.
No, wait,
Are you riding a horse?
Yeah, it involves riding a horse.
horseback riding.
And to see the wild Mustangs. So, there you go.
Okay.
Yep.
But like up in the Sierras?
It's in the high country,
There's a place up
North
there
of,
called Mustang Ranch, I think.
no Mustang Ranch.
Not that one.
No,
Oh.
no. It's through Rock Creek Canyon, Rock Creek Outfitters. It's,
How long a trip is it?
how long of a trip? Oh, it's not that long. It's Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days.
We'll have a good time.
Thank you.
So one of the major attractions of the parade, Becky on the bicycle, is gonna be missing this
Yeah.
year.
Well, I noticed if you say that the city council and the school board is going to kick it off or be at the front of the parade, what kind of vehicles are you going to be in?
Will be carriages drawn by some beautiful horses. They're not Mustangs, Becky,
Oh.
but we'll have some horse-drawn carriages available.
Yeah, we're good, Mr. Adams? Okay. Looks like you're going on your trip, Becky.
What's that?
Looks like you're gonna be going on your trip.
Yeah.
Thank you for that intelligence. Item C2 rather, I Ride For You update. Obviously, this is the action to receive information regarding Mr. Hammond's efforts. Dr. Terosian, if you make comments, I'll follow you with some additional statements from Mr. Hammond from our phone call with him.
Is that Mr. Hammond?
That is
That's
Mr. Hammond on the
Hammond.
phone.
Hey, hi, Rob.
Can we get him on?
Oh,
I believe Mr. Rich has the latest update from Mr. Hammond.
Well, that was him on the phone. I thought about it too late to set it up just to hear him give us a personal update, but he said geographically he is halfway there, halfway across the United States, so.
really?
And as a matter of fact, I know exactly where he
Maybe, yeah,
is.
Fredericksburg, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Frederickson tomorrow,
Yeah.
home of some of the best barbecue in the world.
Actually, he's gonna have a rest day tomorrow.
And not far from Bluebell ice cream, some of the best ice cream in the world too.
Ever.
But yeah, so Rob sends his hellos to everyone and thanks everyone for their support, and he's halfway there. And he says his legs feel like someone has taken them off and beaten them to a pulp and given them back to him, but he's doing okay.
Everybody look over this way and I'll take a picture.
Yeah. While Tom's shooting photos, just want you to know that in the great state of Texas, Rob is in Ingram, Texas. And Ingram is located on the banks of the Guadalupe River between Kerrville and Hunt. The main attraction of Ingram, Texas is swimming in the Guadalupe River. The Ingram Dam is a main spot for swimming because the water flows over the dam, creating a layer for the concrete. People gather to slide down and swim in the areas. Ingram is home to art studios, galleries, antique shop, boutiques, and restaurant. Population, 1,740 folks. That is your trip itinerary city facts. But seriously, Rob will be off tomorrow, and as Tom said, he'll be in Frederickson, and they do have the best barbecue in Texas, not in Monrovia, Larry. Just want to make that clear.
Well, don't you ever ask me for no more barbecue, Tom?
No, you make the best barbecue in Monrovia, Larry. Let's get that clear.
Hey,
But,
Terrence,
Second.
How do you know that?
because I've eaten at his place.
You haven't eaten mine.
I think we need to have a cook-off.
So what you're saying is Larry has the best barbecue that you've had so far?
That would be
Okay.
frank, yeah.
I think so. Hey, Terrence, and I just looked on the irideforyou.com website. I'm not sure how current the update is, but there's an estimated $3,700 raised in donations so far.
Right, and it's climbing. There was a personal appeal on my behalf and others to match the $45, and that was for each PTA school. We also had some solicitation at the PTA meeting on last Tuesday with all of the parents and the volunteers, and we challenged them to go back to their membership and raise $1. We're trying to make this happen in a big way. It would behoove me to even think that anyone would take that trail up that Rob is taking. I've already teased him about it, but he will get a bow down when he returns. That's an awesome experience that he's having right now. And I did talk to him, Chris, you're right. He want to beat himself up with his own legs. So and that's big stuff, guys, sincerely. So if you have not had an opportunity to visit the website, it would behoove you not to, because this effort is mainly for the PTA, and there are other affiliates that Mr. Hammond has articulated on his website. That's for you to look at. That would be your project. Please go to the website. And there is a jar of generosity. Several of you are already there on the list there. Mr. Adams, you're at the top. I understand you got more money to give. and with Andy and several others. So, and Chris, you're there. So, again, I appeal to you to go and make this contribution on behalf of our PTA. Okay, Becky.
Yeah, you are.
Becky's up there? All right. Any other comments regarding Mr. Hammond's efforts?
We do have some photos, and we can scroll through. Oops. We had a kickoff in front of the high school, and we thought we'd show you some pictures of his ride. Now, I know that he was most concerned about riding on the highway.
Is that the spotter vehicle that was taking that photo?
That's the greatest selfie on the planet.
Good one, Kathy.
It's far out in front of Mr. Hammond.
He went to Judge Roy Bean's place. You know, he really is having an opportunity to go to some of the finest places.
I like that when he showed, we have the picture of the notice that was in, I think, the restroom about not using the or motel, not using the towels.
Yeah, it's in the motel.
Boots in your blood and something else.
Not cleaning your guns and your
Yeah,
boots with
boots.
the towels.
Yeah, well, blood was in there too.
Yeah.
We But this is his road. And as he rides into the sunset, it really is a sunrise. It is really an extraordinary endeavor.
Wow, awesome. We're at C3, other topics of discussion. Action, discuss additional matters pertaining to the Board of Education and the City Council. I'd just like to share that we did have a wonderful mixer here last week. It was awesome. We had a lot of attendance. I was really happy for Sari. I think she's doing great in her leadership capacity. Ed and I were here, and we had a chance to solicit resources and sponsorship opportunities on behalf of the Monrovia School Foundation. Dr. Terosian led, along with the staff, the assistant superintendent, and the likes of Sue Kaiser and Darvin Jackson. Mr. Charles represented. He also represented you as well, Ms. Connie, in your absence. And it was received well. We thought it was a great opportunity to share with others what we do here, other than looking at us on the diocese, but the true leadership that works under our umbrella is made up of a lot of excellent people. And so it was received well. We enjoyed it tremendously. And I will say this to you, that we have some wonderful businesses in the great city of Monrovia. We really do. And a lot of them have already been soliciting and giving to certain schools. A lot of them have sponsored certain schools, and I didn't get an opportunity to share that with the mass, but there were some that we spoke of who gave donations to one of our Eagle Scouts who gave that money to the band, much needed resources. And so that was wonderful. In addition to the excellent opportunities on behalf of the city, our professional researcher in the likes of Dr. Terosian brought something to my attention. And glowing on this page is our wonderful mayor, Mr. Tom Adams. Nice picture, Tom.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, it's the business life, community, economics, transit-oriented developments. And it is saying so much how wonderful our city is, which we all know because we're such a great community. And all the things that are happening with Station Square. First time seeing that?
I've never seen it.
No,
That was, Chris was telling me about that.
Doc-
It got delivered to the house, at least I got a copy.
that's one of your better shots, Tom. You may want to keep that bad boy.
I don't just want you to know that.
Okay, so noted. But I was pleased to read it because it's just cements what we already know about our city. And, and to the public, this is just a wonderful opportunity that we like to take advantage of, even though we don't have a lot on the agenda, but just the audacity to meet, as a city, our electives, the city officials, and the school board. I'm just delighted to do that, and I think the public receives us well when we do that. We're all on one page. And so thanks to you, Oliver Chi and Tina and Kate and Chief. I see you back there. Mr. Dober, and your staff in the middle there, and our staff, and it's just a wonderful endeavor, sincerely. And I just can pray that we continue to do this, and hopefully receive some people that have questions, and I'm just going to say that, we meeting here, which is cool, but I'm hoping to entertain people that come here with questions for both of us that we can respond to. With that said, any additional other topics, discussion, Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to jump on
No,
top.
go ahead and jump.
Okay. I was contacted not too long ago by a student at the high school who is in your AP biology class. And he and a group of other students are doing a paper and some outreach on protecting bees. And I put him in touch with the city, and I'm not quite sure, what happened after that. But it occurred to me that there may be other places where the city and the school district might be able to coordinate in cases where the class projects are something that we can help promote, or get the kids working with our park rangers and other people in the city that know a lot about the environment and really feel those issues quite strongly. So, and I'm sure, more than just the biology class, there may be some time. I thought from our standpoint, it might be nice to have a staff point person on this that the kids could reach out to if they want to set up a table at the street fair or get other information about how to disseminate their projects and educate people on what they've gotten very excited about. So I'm hoping maybe in the future we can talk about that a little bit.
Gloria, in a while back, and I apologize because I didn't ask staff about it, Oliver, the group, it was a class, I don't remember exactly what class it was, but it was a class project, and it was for a community garden. And the last I checked on it, staff was looking into it. It was over by Lucinda Garcia Parker, the property on the other side of it. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know where, like I said, I apologize.
No,
I didn't
there's
ask
nothing to apologize for. We have had some interest in looking at the development of a community garden program. Ms. Shevlin, Mr. Adams, also members of our school district have all inquired. Our team's currently looking at developing the framework for a program, and we hope to bring that forward in the next couple of months. There's a couple different models that we've examined. Typically, if you can have a space available, folks can then rent a portion of that garden in which to go plant vegetables or fruits or plants, different kinds of things. So we're trying to figure out the best way to do that and make sure that we have access to community garden space all throughout the city in a more comprehensive way. And we should be ready again in the next couple months to roll something out.
Mr. Goodland?
Since we're all together and the chief's here, I was wondering if we could just get a really quick update, nothing too detailed, since we didn't prepare you ahead of time. But how much longer we're going to expect Officer Ruano to be in that resource officer position, and if there's been anything going on to look at that transition anymore.
Good evening. Officer Ruano is in his, he finished out his initial 3-year assignment. He is currently in his first of 1-year extensions according to the rules and regulations we have for the position. So rest assured, there's no change right now. However, as with any career development field, we are always exploring what will eventually be happening in the future on his transitions and who would be transitioning in refinement of the program. So, yes.
We certainly appreciate the cooperation, coordination, and Officer Ruano has done so many good things with our schools, so
Very much so,
appreciate it.
yes.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Chief, I want to publicly thank you, along with Councilman Spicer, with our efforts at Monroe Elementary School and the parking enforcement. It was awesome. So
Well, thank you. Thank you.
prayerfully you can continue that sporadic visitations.
Yes.
Because I asked the principal how it's going, and obviously visual matters. But thank you, Councilman Spicer, for jumping in this with me. And I think the police officer had more attention than they were worried about me and Larry, but thank you publicly for that.
Absolutely.
Your parking enforcement
Yes.
officer?
Yes,
I
parking
don't know his
enforcement
name,
officer,
but,
Castaneda.
Oh, yeah, he's really aggressive. He's good.
Yes.
He's good.
Glad to hear that. I wish I had that same aggressive-ness
Yeah.
at my kid's school where I
Yeah,
live.
he's good. He's good, yeah.
Did you get a ticket, Larry?
No, no.
Nah.
Larry was helping me enforce the tickets.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
No other comments?
Yeah. I'm so impressed with this artwork here that I see this evening.
Beautiful.
It's just an amazing talent that some of your students have. And if there's a way that you could share some of it, I think maybe a little bit at City Hall and maybe a little bit at the community center, they might get some viewings that they would not get here. And I think if the intent is to showcase some of your students' capabilities, sharing it out a little broader might be kind of nice. And I think we would love to do that.
Dr. Kaiser, can you speak on that, please?
I would love to tell you a little bit about this artwork.
Please do. Can you go around and tell us on all of them?
No, but I can tell you the process. And the first astonishing thing is that this artwork was done by 4th and 5th grade students.
That's phenomenal.
And they're collaborative works, so it's not one student, but it's a group of students. And it's the same artist in residence that has helped those murals come to life on our elementary schools. I don't know if you all realize that those were painted by 4th and 5th grade students as well. And so what the artist in residence does, her name is Mrs. Shannon Fitzpatrick. She takes the children and they first they blow up the image on the wall or on the canvas, and they're told to draw every line they see. It's not a paint by number or something that's pre-done. The students look at it and they just paint lines. Then after they're done sketching the image, then they have paints that are just the primary colors, and she teaches them to blend the paints to create the colors that you see. And so they're really learning what an artist does, and they do it in shifts. So maybe 4 children come out of the classroom and work with her for an hour, and then they go back in, the next group comes out and they work with her for an hour until finally the entire image is complete. So we've been going at this with the same artist in residence for 5 years. Many of the paintings that she's done most recently have been paintings that are ones that are hanging in the Huntington Library. And so another thing that has happened is the children that have painted the ones that are in the Huntington Library, they have gone on a field trip to see the original of what it was that they painted. Wow. So you can imagine. And we live so close to the Huntington Library. When asked how many of you boys and girls have been to the Huntington, only just a few hands go up. So it's extraordinary. We've also developed a relationship with the Huntington Library. So when the class goes, the family is given a pass to continue going, the entire family, for the entire summer. And so we really believe in the arts, and we believe that the arts, that they make you smarter, they make you a more developed person, and so the investment in arts and children is what you're seeing here tonight.
Are those paintings done in acrylics?
I'm not exactly sure what she used. I do believe that these were done in acrylics. I think so. The ones on the outside of the buildings are done with just Benjamin Moore external paint, if you can believe that.
Thank you.
Dr. Kaiser, in addition, there will be a meeting at the Huntington Library on the 7th and the 14th.
That's right.
I'm going to attend, and Mayor can attend with me too. Can you explain that as well? May 7th and 14th?
On those days, those are the field trip days, and so the children will be there. There will be a meeting with several dignitaries such as yourselves. The Boones will be there. And I would be remiss in not saying that the Boones have really assisted in helping us fund these projects through the years, because it's costly bringing someone in and buying all the supplies, and the amount of time that has been invested in our community. So on those days, there are actually field trip days where the children are going, and there will be a presentation that will be delivered by the heads of the Huntington Library. They are so excited about this partnership that we have, and so we would welcome any of you to come on either one of those days, and we can certainly get you more information.
Thank you, Dr. Kaiser.
Terrence, I have one more thing. Oliver, maybe you could expand a little bit on what we just passed or approved at our last council meeting regarding our partnership with Oakcrest.
Sure. There's a couple of different elements associated with what Councilmember Shevlin's referring to. I think the school board is familiar with the Oakcrest Institute of Science. They're a nonprofit research facility, biotech and science-based, located here in Monrovia. The superintendent and I both have had a chance to work closely with the executives at the firm. They're very committed to Monrovia, very committed to helping develop this science and technology ecosystem that is evolving in Monrovia. In the last 36 months, we've been so blessed as a community. We've added over 300,000 square feet of new office users in town, and the vast majority of that square footage has been in science and biotech and technology related fields. That office space has brought with it 2,000 new jobs into Monrovia of a similar type of complexity in the science and technology field. We've partnered with Oakcrest now to expand on that overall science technology ecosystem. One element of that will be during the summer. We're going to launch it this year. We'll have a summer science camp program. We're working out all the final details right now, but we'll have several classes. Each of those classes will entail students coming for a several-week period, and as part of the program, they're actually going to have to solve a real-life mystery presentation problem that will be presented to the kids. Something along the lines of, we found some crazy material up at Canyon Park. We don't know what it is. It could be from outer space. We need you as part of this research team to help us figure it out. The kids will be using scientific instrumentation that is out of this world incredible. Doing some really advanced research to create samples, use electron microscopes and different types of scientific equipment, figure out exactly what it is that the material that was found. We expect it to be just a terrific enrichment program, and hopefully will contribute to helping stop some of that summer slide issue you see sometimes when kids don't have enough enrichment activities. So we're real excited about this first step of the program. We'll be building on it in the coming years.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Mr. Rich, any comments before we conclude?
Nothing further than what has been added. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Terosian? All right. Mr. Spicer?
I would like to thank the district for the use of the facilities at the high school. This past weekend, we had the Monrovia Area Partnership Leadership Conference, neighborhood conference, so it really went well, and we appreciate the opportunity to be able to share in with the high school. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Councilman. I'd like to adjourn the meeting at 5:45 of the special Board of Education and City Council meeting, rather. I believe Dr. Terosian has some refreshments for all of us, the room adjacent to us.